Thank you very much, and thank you for being here. You know, if I don't have it written in my notes, sometimes I forget. I want to introduce the next speaker, Senator Jim Kastama. Come on up, Jim. This is the guy that, you know, has the vision, and I call him Mr. Innovator because he's truly, truly always looking for ways to make education, especially higher education and workforce training, better in the state of Washington. And it's been a pleasure to work with him on this together because it's not just one or two people, but he has played a very key role in bringing this day here for this launch. And I want to say thank you, Jim, from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, Phyllis. Thank you, Phyllis, for those remarks. I was asked today to give some brief remarks, and as you can tell from my voice, I'm losing my voice. I was up very late last night, and we finally completed our legislative session, so I think I have very few words left, actually, in my ability to give them to you. So for once, my capability will certainly meet your expectation. There are some people I do need to give personal thanks to. Representative Phyllis Kenny has been fantastic in this effort. What you don't understand about Phyllis is that she has a tremendous heartfelt feeling, effort in the legislature to help people with opportunities, especially people who maybe aren't given a lot of the opportunities in lives, who not have the privilege that many of us do have. She has been a fighter for these people, and she believes that education is clearly the way to give them the best opportunity. So, Phyllis, thank you very much, and you deserve a hand for all the work you've done. I also need to personally thank Dawn Bennett, the head of the Higher Education Coordinating Board and the Higher Education Coordinating Board, for all the work they did in this effort to get this passed. Charlie Earle with the Washington State Board for Community and Technical Colleges, and also an assistant, Cable Green, who's no longer with the community colleges, but nevertheless played a very key role in this. Sam Smith, what can you say, all-around good guy. Board member, Western Governors University, former president of Washington State University. And I'd also like to give special thanks to Representative Larry Sequest, chair of the Higher Education Committee in the House, and also not here, Senator Rodney Tom, chair of the Higher Education Committee in the Senate. He has told me many times that he believes Washington, WGU Washington, will change the face of higher education in our state. And then finally, let me thank the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They have been a fantastic partner in innovation and education, and we certainly hope that we can meet your expectations and appreciate your support. Like I said, last night we returned and we finished off the budget for the state of Washington. I believe it was a very historic bipartisan budget after 5 months of deliberation and work. The cuts we made were very difficult. They were very hard. We had to balance a budget while cutting over $5 billion in expenditures. And our hope is that we created a sustainable budget that sets the foundation for a prosperous future. One of the best decisions that we made in the legislature this year was establishing the state's first virtual competency-based university, WGU Washington. Washington is one of the most innovative states in the nation. Think about it. Boeing in aerospace, Amazon.com, online retailing, Microsoft, our global health community, even down to the coffee you drink, Starbucks, and the list goes on and on. The dark secret about Washington State, however, is we do a fairly poor job of educating our own people for the jobs that these companies create. Our state ranks in the lower half of states on the number of our own students who grow up in Washington State who go on to attain 2- and 4-year degrees. I worked hard on this bill to give our citizens, the kids in my neighborhood, the opportunities to work in the positions that these companies are creating. especially those that are older, work in the workplace, they're place-bound, time-bound. WG Washington will make a difference, and I'm proud of this. Now, I said I would be brief, but I can't conclude my remarks without thanking two additional people. Dr. Bob Mendenhall, president of WGU. I called him last year, and I went ahead and talked to him about this particular idea. He gave me a tremendous amount of attention and resources to exploring this idea. He also let it known that this would be a priority of his. I know there are other states out there that have looked at this kind of option and would like to partner with WGU, but WGU wants to grow at the right rate. They don't want to grow too much. They want to grow at the right rate, and they want to make sure they put the right resources in to make it operate correctly. He said that Washington State was a priority, and working very closely with him, we made it happen, and it paid off. Finally, I want to thank Gene Floten for becoming the first chancellor. It's wonderful when I found that out. I've been very impressed following your career and what you've done with Bellevue College. My heritage is Finnish, and we have this saying in Finland that we have something called sisu, S-I-S-U. It's perseverance, determination. I know that you, Gene, have aggressively fought for access to higher education. You've turned Bellevue College into one of the premier schools in Washington State. I would suggest you look into your background and see whether you have any Finnish in your background, because you do have sisu. With WGU, no one will appreciate your leadership more than the thousands of new students whose lives will change due to your leadership. Again, let me just congratulate everyone who's had a part in this. I look forward to attending the first graduation. Thank you very much.